Ladies and gentlemen, Nay Donahue. If you've got a question, I've got a microphone. I'll hand it to you. Anyone at all? There we go.
You all ready?
Fire away.
All right. So first of all, what a win this was. First game in the MAC. Tell me what that means to you and this team moving forward.
It means a lot. I mean, they were ranked first preseason. So, I mean, we had a little chip on our shoulder. So we wanted to come out here and defend Stroh and stay undefeated in December. And it just means a lot. Like, we're cheering in the locker room. Like, it's really tight right now. We love it.
And your performance coming back from injury, phenomenal, double-double. What was working for you offensively? And then how was that offensive approach for you and this entire group today?
Yeah, they weren't letting me get to my spot. You know, like not letting me get to the paint, my drives in the beginning of the game. I think I got shut out in the first half, probably 2 points. But I was being confident with my shot. I started shooting the ball. And I think that really opened up my lanes in transition where they weren't packing in so much. And then getting to the free throw line and knocking them down when they mean it.
You mentioned transition. Offensively for this group, that's been the key all
Yes.
season. Kaya Woods was phenomenal
Yes.
in the early going. What is so awesome about that play, in a sense, and that gets this team going?
Yeah, essentially it is a play. I mean, it's a play that we don't call. Like, get the ball out and go. Like, she's going to be the fastest person on the floor every single game, and she could beat anybody down the floor. So just having her be able to push and transition like that, and essentially it gives us a break on offense because we don't have to set anything up, and it makes the other team tired because they have to go defend her. Like, she's fast. Like, no one likes guarding her. I hate guarding her. Everyone hates guarding her. She's so good.
And then the crowd was electric tonight.
Yeah.
Just what does that mean to, play in front of the Stroh Center and just have that home support to go 6-0?
Yeah, it means a lot. Like, non-conference games, like everyone's not here. Conference games, like we're packing it in. We love to hear the screams and everything and the cheers during the game. It just means a lot that everybody's back in Stroh and we can play in front of a big crowd.
And then just Kent State keeping it close, just getting the pressure and the adversity. Just
Yeah.
how do you handle that, especially coming off of an injury?
Yeah, they're a good team. I just try to be out there and be myself. I don't try to do anything out of character. When I know something's going good for me, I try to keep to that. And yeah, that's it, really.
Having the double-digit lead at half, then it comes down to be a one-possession game
Yeah.
towards the stretch. What were you guys saying to each other to be able to hold on, and how do you think you grew as a team to be able to come out on top, especially given this is the conference opener?
Yeah. Our first and third quarters are typically our worst quarters. We come out really flat out of the locker room. So staying together, I mean, every single huddle that you see, we're in there giving each other compliments and telling each other what we can do better. Like, that's what being a teammate. I mean, we might yell at each other, and that's just sisterhood that we don't take it personal. So we go together in our huddles every single possession you see us there. The refs are literally telling us, hurry up and get out of your huddle. I mean, like, we're in there talking, we're trying to get better and come together as a team. So we really take pride in that.
This looked like a full team win, right?
Yes.
It looked like Kaya had a bunch of her points in the first half,
Yes.
and then, didn't necessarily slow down, but the scoring didn't come, so you guys picked it up as
Yeah.
well, 3 players in double figures. What is that attitude in the first game of MAC conference, knowing you guys have got to do this still some more, but in the conference opener that you guys can step up when one of your players is like, hey, I need somebody else to come in
Yeah.
and take over?
I mean, we pick each other up all the time. Like, if someone isn't having the best day, I mean, we have a lot of weapons on our team that somebody else can go off in any game at any time. You said Kaya had all her points in the first half. Like, we're giving it to the hot hand. We're giving it to her in transition. If Paige is shooting it well, we're going to feed her every time. Like, we're just finding, like, we all pick each other up. And if one is not performing well, then you can count on someone else to pick them up.
Any questions for Nay? All right. Thank
Thanks,
you very
guys.
much.
Kaya,
Hi.
game and MAC play, what does that all mean to you to get the victory?
To get a victory?
Yes.
I mean, it means everything. It's the start. We talk about setting the tone, you know what I mean? And going into, Christmas break, going into the MAC season 1-0 against the team that was projected number 1. I mean, it's huge for us. It breeds confidence in us, but, I mean, we already had that, and we know what we're capable of. And we talk about, we need to do what we need to do and focus on us, and I think that's what we're going to continue to do going forward.
Transition offense has been the key all season long for Bowling Green offensively. 20 fast break points. A lot of that was led by you. How are you able to navigate and get to the basket the way and rate you do?
I want to credit it to football, to be honest. I played football when I was younger and, playing multiple positions, quarterback, receiver, running back, you know, you got to navigate like what holes to punch and things like that. And, you know, it just helped with my instinctual, you know, abilities and things like that. And I'm quick. So, I mean, that's, you know, an advantage that I have as an undersized guard. And to put that combo in there and then have teammates that can space the floor and run the floor and kick the ball out and get rebounds and things like that, like it all works together. So, yeah.
And then obviously playing in front of the Stroh Center, just a great, you know, fan base and all that. Just what does it mean just to have the fans on your side?
Oh my gosh, fans are great. You know, last game we had the kids game and that was electric, you know, having that type of atmosphere and that type of energy. It breeds into us, it speaks into us, and we feed off of that. And so it's important to have that support here, and I'm thankful for it.
Just Kent State, you know, fighting back with the adversity and needing to kind of step up yourself. Like, how do you respond to the adversity and handle the pressure?
Yeah, I think in the third quarter and just in the second half, we kind of took a step back, but you know we did what we needed to do to come out with the win. There's things that we need to fine tune. I got to cut down on turnovers and things like that. But I mean, staying together and knowing what we need to do as a team, not worrying about the extra stuff and the additional things, I think is the key to that. So.
Going off of that, just having the double-digit lead at half, they get it to a one-possession game down the stretch. What were you guys saying to each other, and how do you feel you grew to be able to hold on and get this first conference win as you guys continue for conference from here on out?
Yeah, I think it's just addressing the things that we can control. We knew what we were doing wrong, and, you know, it's a game of ebb and flows, you know, and we got to be able to respond accordingly to those things, and it's staying together, and you know, we practice very hard. We practice game-like situations and things like that. We breed confidence into each other, and so keeping the positives going and everything like that, that helps, you know, go into everything the way that we need to. So, yeah.
What would you say is the identity of this team, especially coming out on top, 1-0 in conference play as you continue in conference from here on out?
Yeah, we really emphasize defense on this end. Obviously, like you said, transition and pushing the ball and playing fast is a key thing for us. But at the end of the day, we want to make defense our identity and turn that into offense and just continue to work on that and use that to our advantage. So.
By scoreboard terms, it looked like in the first half.
I'm so sorry.
By scoreboard terms, it looked like the game was over in the first half, and then they start to string together some buckets, and it turns into a fight at the end. Is that a pretty good example of what MAC basketball looks like tonight?
I think MAC basketball is what you make it day in and day out with your preparation. You know, I mean, the MAC and the conference and everything, like the teams can show you something different every night. You never know what to expect, but at the end of the day, if you we like to focus on what we need to do as a team and control what we can control, and I don't think, you know, all the extra things and what somebody else does is going to impact that as long as we stay true to what we need to do. So.
It's almost like you have to be adaptable to a way, and in that sense, you had a really good first half, and then it kind of came off a little bit in terms of scoring. Plenty of things that you did on the other side. You kept up a great game, but some of your other teammates kept up and got back in the game, and you know, 3 people with double figures in this. What does it say to you that you can have those players who come up and step up and say, I got you, you had a great first half, let us take over and we'll help you and we'll all work as a team to get this done?
Yeah, this team is deep. You know, there's not a solid, like I said last conference, like there's not a solid just starting 5. Like we could have anybody come into a position and play their role. Everybody on the bench has an important role, can come in and produce and things like that. And so that's what we're here to do, is to pick up when, you know, somebody's off in one area. And I think that's what we do day in and day out. People always respond to that bell. So, yeah, thankful for my teammates.
All right. Any other questions for Kyle? All right, thank you very
Thank
much. Coach, if you would, start us off with an opening thought or two, and then we'll take questions.
Wow. Welcome to MAC play. Welcome to MAC play. I mean, they're going to be like that most of the time, if not all the time. Great teams across the board in our conference, well coached. You know, they were preseason number 1. They're fully capable of winning a MAC championship. They've got some firepower. You know, I just thought we did a good job of you know, my assistant coaches did a good job of game planning. It was John Nicolais and in particular, but you know, we went small, which was, you know, it was tough in the paint, but I thought Lauren Gherkin did a tremendous job defensively for her size, and hasn't played that position a lot. But we gutted it out, won the first 2 quarters, and then found a way to win in the fourth, but I think they're all going to be like that.
Questions?
Coach, you mentioned Gherkin having an outstanding performance defensively. Jasmine Fern, Janiyah Bance-Fitzpatrick, in the absence of Taya Ellis, speak upon how huge their performance was, especially having Riley Rissmiller be a critical factor down low.
Yeah, well, I mean, we needed all hands on deck. She's a load down there, has tremendous size and ability, and we were at a size disadvantage. But I thought Lauren did a fantastic job of hollowing out, getting to some denials, some deflections, staying in front of her, making it hard. I mean, they play through her a lot in their chin offense. So it was a tough matchup for her, but she fought. And then we had great contributions off the bench. But it's going to take that every single night in MAC play. It's going to take everybody. So pretty happy with coming out with a win and going into Christmas break with a W.
Adversity was definitely a thing that was noticeable here. Bowling Green overcoming adversity, with the physicality and everything that comes with that. What do you play as a testament to that going forward?
Yeah, I think we work each and every day. We play against male practice players. We don't tone them down at all. They play extremely hard. They're very physical. They're very fast, and I think it gets us acclimated for games like this. So that's what I would attribute to practice each and every day. But it takes another level of focus and concentration to apply practice to games, and I think we're doing a better job of getting to that point now.
And with the intensity Kent State had in that second half, just matching that, how were you able to overcome it also, and then just kind of answer to their intensity as well?
Yeah, I mean, we staggered them in the first half, but we knew they were going to come back in the second half. I didn't like our energy out of the locker room in the second half, and had to jolt them a little bit, but they got right back on track. And games like this, they're won and lost on loose balls, rebounds, and transitional opportunities. If you can get into those, then you got a chance at winning. And they got some direct line drives on us early in the third, and we didn't convert. But I thought we fought back and showed some physicality in the back half of the third.
And just Woods and Donahue stepping up tonight. What does it mean just to have key players like that?
Yeah, I mean it's great. It's great. If we, they're tremendous players, and they affect the game in different ways. I think we have a lot of pieces that can affect the game in different ways and make an impact. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think we have some versatility, which we're going to need throughout this MAC season.
6-0 at home, just really taking advantage of the home court. How did the fans impact the game?
Yeah, I mean, we have the best fans in the MAC. We have the best fans in the MAC. They get after it. They wrap their arms around our team. They propel us when we lose energy. I think they even coach us up a little bit from the stands when we're not doing the right thing. So, it's great being home, but to win this conference, you're going to have to win on the road, and we're going to have to perform on the road like we do at home.
7-game win streak as of today, opening conference play with the projected, conference leader, getting a win over them. Now going into a 10-day break. How do you foster the momentum and success up until this point that the girls have put together in order to pick up where you left off, considering the lack of game minutes?
Yeah, we're going to remind them not to go sit on the couch for their little break here. I think, it's not going to be 10 days. It'll be 5 days. We'll be back on the 26th in the gym practicing. And we're going to ramp it up. We don't come in lightly. As soon as we, to hit the lights and start practice, it's intense. We start with intense drills. We're going to ramp them up. We're going to get them acclimated. We're going to watch film. I don't expect them to come back any less hungry than they are tonight.
Kaya mentioned the reason that she believes she's so fast and tough and physical is her experience with football. I don't know if she'd ever told you that before, but does that surprise you at all to see her play and then go, yeah, that makes sense?
No, I think multi-sport athletes are awesome. I think that, playing multiple sports and not just focused on one has you using different muscles and you're performing different ways. So I think multi-sport athletes are great. I think she can attribute that to her parents as well. Those are some pretty good genes she's got. she's unique. She's unique. She's a unicorn. Her size, I think if she was bigger, she'd probably be at some P4. But she's here, thankfully, and she can do some things for us that nobody else can do on the floor.
Any other questions for Coach before we get to Ivy's portion? All right, lay it on us, Ivy.
Isaac Zumba.
Oh, my goodness.
All right.
You want to try again?
Isaac Zumba.
Dad screwed that up. Bad assist.
Nice job.
Bad assist.